Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to do yet another get ready with me today. Mainly because I need to multitask so that I have time to get everything done. But I wanted to give a little update since we had started school and my new shift at work has started and all of that. And just kind of let you know what's going on. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good, but we're making it through. So Kamden started school last Wednesday. He's been in officially a week today. And he's had a rough start with autism. Routine is extremely important. And all of the changes have been really difficult. So just the change of getting back into the routine of school has been rough. He is in a class setting now where he changes for every class, which most of the time they don't do in 4th grade. They do it a little bit older. So he ends up with about 8 teachers, I think, between all of his classes, which is overwhelming. And then his outside therapies that he does used to be on Wednesdays, and he would do 30 minutes of speech and 30 minutes of occupational therapy every Wednesday. That has changed, and he's now doing 45 minutes on one day and an hour on another day. So we are dealing with a whole lot of change between his stuff and my work schedule changing. He is overwhelmed, and it has made for some really rough days at school. The day before yesterday, he got upset in class and things were moving and changing too quickly, and he yanked a chair away from a teacher who was trying to stack chairs and nearly hurt himself and another student. He didn't hit anybody, thank goodness, but we came really close. And then later that same day, he excuse me, he didn't want it to be time to put his scissors away in one of his classes, and he went to grab scissors from a teacher and yanked them back toward himself, nearly stabbing himself in the eye. So it has been stressful, to say the least. I have had to have pretty in-depth talks with him every day, which he hates, which I hate, but he's currently gotten himself grounded. He is high functioning enough that he understands that type of punishment, so he is only allowed electronics at school if it's for academic purposes, and he's not allowed electronics at home at all for a week. And that is a comfort thing for him, so it's difficult to take that away, but it's also something that he really just has fun with, so it's the most ideal to take away. And I'll be really honest, it has been incredibly stressful and incredibly hard. I know that his teachers are working with him. I know that eventually everything's going to level off whenever he gets used to his routine. He gets used to how things have changed outside of school. But it's to a point that when I wake up in the morning, I'm almost too anxious to even get out of bed and take him to school, because I know it's going to be maybe a better version of the day, but it's going to be a tough day. And I hate that for him. I hate that for his teachers. It's just, it's a hard situation all the way around. And it's a situation too that it's hard to know what the best way is to help him, because in some ways going the discipline route and grounding and things like that is effective, and in other ways it's not. One thing I've learned in our autism journey has been that what works one day may not work the next day at all. The type of punishments that he has that he responds to one day may not faze him at all the next day. So right now it's a lot of trial and error. I'm having to rely really heavily on my parents to help with discipline and to help with enforcing punishments, because when I work at night, that is whose house he's at. And I know it's difficult for them. I very much appreciate them, and I'm so glad that they're there to help. But I know that it's difficult on them too. It's difficult on everybody right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm off tomorrow and I'm off this weekend. So what I'm going to do is do my best to get him a picture schedule made, which for Kamden, it helps him to see the steps of his day written down in Word, but to also see them in picture form. It is something that I've read up a little bit on, and evidently when you are upset or panicked or anything like that, the very best thing that you can do is get back to the most basic way that you understand. And for kids, that's pictures. So I'm gonna see if I can get him a picture schedule made so that he knows what's coming next and he knows what's expected of him. And then it's just a matter of strictly enforcing those things by everybody. So getting everyone on board who helps out with him and making sure that Kamden understands what he is expected to do, that he's in charge of following his schedule, and giving him a sense of responsibility about all of it is huge. So I'm hoping if we do that, that it will help alleviate some of the problems at school, because I really believe that a lot of the behavioral stuff at school has to do with anxiety. Because in the past, when he's felt really anxious or really worried, we've had some major behavior stuff happen. That's why I'm hoping relieving that anxiety a little bit and just getting used to routine will get him to kind of chill out a little bit. I had my first evening shift last night and it went really well. In fact, I think that it's going to be a really positive change for me. It's going to take a lot of getting used to not being home with my kiddo in the evenings and stuff like that. But I think overall it's going to be a really good change. And I don't know that I mentioned this before, but I'm going to get to be a 10-hour shift person. They have both 10 and 8-hour shifts at my job. And so I'm going to be a 10-hour person, and that's going to allow me to be home 3 days a week for sure. And spend that time doing whatever I need to do, taking care of Kamden, spending time with Kamden. And I don't know. Like I said, it's been really trying. It's been really frustrating. It's frustrating not knowing how to help. And it's frustrating constantly being on edge and being, I don't know what the right word is, not mad. I'm not mad at him. I know that a lot of it's beyond his control, but being, I guess, mad at the situation and mad at the condition that he has, because I know that that is a huge contributor in a lot of the problems that he has. Sorry, I am on my 4th cup of coffee. I'm exhausted. But anyway, I wanted to just update really quickly and let you know kind of how things are going with him. I'll definitely update more. Tomorrow I'm going to be vlogging all day because I am off and I get to go and grocery shop kid-free. And I'm hoping to make a run to the dollar store, so maybe I can find some cool stuff to decorate for fall with and stuff like that. But I promise I'll do more than just get ready with me vlogs and short life updates and stuff like that, because I know that that can get really tedious and can get old. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow. God bless. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.